Hi everyone, my name is Dragana Boras and I'm the Senior Product Marketing Manager for Confluence at Atlassian. Thank you all for tuning in to this product demo on how to get started with Confluence Cloud. I'll be sharing pro tips on how to hit the ground running and ways your team can be more productive. Here's what you can expect. I'll start off by explaining what Confluence is, the different deployment options we offer, and the various use cases Confluence supports. We'll then take a look at Confluence Cloud best practices and how to get your team into Confluence. Finally, the most exciting part. We'll dive into a demo of Confluence Cloud highlighting how to create and edit pages, collaborate and provide feedback, and organize your work so it's easy to find in Confluence. Throughout the demo, we'll also highlight using Confluence for mobile and how to use Confluence and Jira software together. At the end, I'll share my favorite ways you can extend the power of Confluence and customize it to fit your team's needs via Atlassian Marketplace apps, along with pricing and great resources to keep handy. We want to know what you're curious about, so please feel free to ask questions via the comments section below. We'll address them regularly. Let's get started. So what is Confluence? Confluence is an open and shared workspace that empowers you and your team to create, collaborate, and keep all your work in one place. Confluence helps your team be more efficient by providing one place to work on all the things without having to search through different tools, emails, or trying to figure out whether or not you have the right version of a document. Over 130,000 organizations use Atlassian applications, ranging from large enterprises to startups. So one way we address these various needs is by offering a variety of deployment options. You can choose the one that best suits your organization's policies or infrastructure needs. We offer Confluence across 3 deployment options. Server and Data Center are for self-managed on-premise and public cloud deployments. Server is our original product line deployed on a single node. Confluence Data Center is a self-managed enterprise edition. It's built for administrators that need to stay ahead of team growth and provides the reliability and compliance your organization demands with infrastructure to manage team growth. For more details on how to get started with Confluence Data Center, you can access this link. With Confluence Cloud, we host and set up your Confluence site in the cloud for you. This generally is the best option for teams who want to get started quickly and easily, and for teams who don't want to manage the technical complexity of hosting themselves. It's also worth noting that while all Confluence deployments are built around the same core pillars of helping teams create and collaborate openly on content, the navigation and editing experiences are different. To find the right deployment option for your organization, be sure to check out our features page for a side-by-side comparison. Every team uses Confluence in their own way, and one Confluence site can work for many different use cases. We'll focus on 2, project collaboration and documentation. Let's start with the project collaboration examples first. A Confluence site can enable your team to create and work on product requirements, take meeting notes, or create a marketing plan, just to name a few. Other things Confluence is great for are creating reference documentation, such as technical or team documentation, a wiki or a knowledge base. Confluence can also cover all of these aspects of work. If you're already using Jira Service Desk, Atlassian's full-featured IT Service Desk, your employees and customers will be able to access its linked Confluence knowledge base space for free. This will provide your employees and customers a self-service support desk where they can help themselves without the need to reach out to your support team. You'll only need a Confluence license for team members who create articles for your knowledge base, but there's no charge to view knowledge base articles through the Jira Service Desk portal. You also have the option to make your knowledge base visible to the public or private. As a result of all the open collaboration and communication across Confluence pages, a corporate intranet is naturally built out, which acts as a shared workspace for your entire org. Openness isn't just about information, it's about a sense of shared purpose and experience, even if your team is spread out across different offices in different locations around the world. With Confluence, you can make sure everyone's on the same page about security and HR, but you can also plan team outings, share the photos afterwards, and immortalize your inside jokes. Confluence is built around 2 core pillars, spaces and pages. Think of your Confluence site as a house. The spaces are your rooms, and the pages within each space are the furniture in each room. Like a room, each space serves a different purpose where you can group related and relevant pages that can be accessed by everyone. You can have a personal space where you keep your personal work and notes, a team space where you keep team documentation, and even a project space for all work related to a specific project. Page trees help keep all parent and child pages tidy and organized. Break up big projects by creating subpages for every important part and detail under a parent page. Access these pages via the page tree by hitting the left bracket key or simply expanding the navbar. Let's talk about how we can set up these permissions and the different levels that exist within Confluence. There are 3 levels of permissions in Confluence: global permissions, space permissions, and page restrictions. While we believe the true power of Confluence is unleashed when you keep your pages open to encourage collaboration across your company, there are plenty of cases when you must lock down information. Let's learn how to set up user permissions and get your team into Confluence. Global permissions are managed by Confluence site admins, who can decide which users can create a space or have admin privileges for the entire site. These permissions are pretty broad and don't usually impact space permissions or page restrictions. Inviting the rest of your team is a breeze. You will want to click on the Confluence icon to make sure you're on the global nav. Then go into Settings, click on User Management, and click Invite User to add a user. Let's say you wanted to invite Will. Just type in Will's email address, press Tab, and we'll have it there. You can also opt to enable domain-enabled signup, known as DES, where everyone from the ext.com domain will then be able to sign up with Confluence on their own without the need to go back and add each user individually, as long as this checkbox is ticked. So we'll go ahead and invite Will, and this will prompt an email for him right away. So now we see self-enabled signup has been created, and we've also enabled Will as a new user. Additionally, you can allow anonymous, also known as public access, to your Atlassian site. So we can do that easily by scrolling down, going to Global Permissions, and then allowing all anonymous access to Confluence. So we just have to go Edit Permissions. That would bring us up here, and by checking this box, we can allow anonymous users to use Confluence. Press Save All, and now all anonymous users can have access to our site. You'd use this level when you're creating help documentation for your customers and want to make the content publicly available. However, each space admin has the ability to restrict public access to their space. Note that if a space is made public, it will get indexed by Google and other search engines, making it possible for the public to find even if they don't have a link. So let's navigate down to space permissions and see what abilities the space admin has here. While anyone can create a page or a space, we know that there are times when certain spaces should only be accessed by certain teams. For example, a space dedicated to HR policies should have read-only access for the rest of the company. This is why each space in your Confluence site has its own independent set of permissions managed by the space admins, who determine the access settings for different users. Space permissions are more granular and apply only in that space. Space admins can decide who can view, edit, delete, comment on, and add restrictions to content in their space. So how do you create a space? For this demo, we're going to focus on Alana. We're going to go ahead and access her People and Teams profile. From here, we can learn about Alana's role as a product manager on the offers team at Extreme Travel. We see her contact information, we can get an understanding of what she's working on and what spaces she's active in. This is something we can do across all users of Confluence just by searching easily for all the people on the team. Alana also happens to be one of Confluence site admins in the company. So let's navigate back to Confluence to get started on setting up our space. As a site admin, Alana can create spaces, so she goes ahead and adds the Extreme Travel project space by clicking the Spaces icon in the left nav bar, followed by a Create Space logo on the top right. Let's just go with a blank space Name it Extreme Travel Project, and press Create. She then can go back into Space Settings, access the Permissions tab, and add Will as an admin for this space. It can simply be done by typing in Will space, selecting Will, pressing Add. After that, we'll want to label Will as an admin and give him all the other permission levels in the space. We press Save All, and now Will has access and can administrate the Confluence space labeled as Extreme Travel Projects. Now that Will is the space admin, he can manage who has access to the space and even delete any pages he feels are unnecessary. We'll get into page restrictions a bit later in the demo. Let's take a look at the Extreme Travel space, which has been populated with a lot of great work. Each space has an overview page, which is essentially a home page, so anyone can take a peek at what your team is working on. This is the home page for the Extreme Travel space. This page is fully editable, so you can include the information most pertinent to the team or project at hand. We're also using many editing features here, including the labels list, which shows us the labels used to categorize different pages in the space, along with the recently updated feature, which allows us to see all of the recently updated pages in a space, as well as an overview of the entire space, which we can see here. Pages are how all your work gets done in Confluence, whether it's taking down some quick notes from a meeting, writing a requirements page, or letting your teammates know about the company's latest marketing push. You can create it as a Confluence page or blog post. To create a new page, click the plus button. You can choose to get started with a blank page, a blog post, or one of our handy templates. Pages are great for when you want the information to last and evolve over time. If it's a point-in-time update or a one-time announcement, then a blog post is the way to go. With best practice templates for anything from product requirements to decisions and project plans, your team can collaborate in a more consistent way. Let's start with the project plan template. I'm just going to enter project in the search bar, and here it is. This applies to any template, so if you type any template name into search, you'll be able to access it. Clicking on the project plan template takes you to a beautiful page with instructions to guide you through the entire template. As you can see, the content is laid out in tables to help keep the page organized. These templates are fully configurable, which means you can add or remove sections, rows to tables, or instructional text that fits with the way your team works. Users can also create their own templates, which can be shared across their site or space if none of the default ones fit the bill. But for now, our product manager Alana will just start by mentioning her project stakeholders. She will mention herself as the driver. Will is the approver here. And we'll see as she continues to keep typing for the rest of her team, Confluence starts populating with names that she works with most frequently. When she publishes the page, everyone mentioned will get notified via email and in product, and they can jump right in and start collaborating on the page as well. Working on the project plan together in real time means no worries of duplicate versions or overriding each other's work. Everyone's work is auto-saved, and if they're not ready to publish yet, the page will stay in draft mode. Alana wants to get her team excited about having a rock climbing tour offer in Colorado, so she drops in a super awesome photo. So you can see how easily we can manage these templates. I'm just going to go ahead, press enter, and I'll be able to start dropping in the photo right here. So she can either drag and drop or use the handy slash key to insert an image, which automatically opens up her folders. Wow, there we go. You can insert much more than just images. Confluence allows you to attach almost all file types, excluding folders. Once you upload your Excel files or a Keynote presentation, you can then display the file on the page as a link or an image. Or you can use a macro to embed it in the page. If you upload a file with the same name as an existing attachment on the same page, Confluence will overwrite the existing attachment. to ensure your team is always working from the latest version. Some file types get their content indexed by search, which will make it even easier to find all of your work in one place. Let's keep filling out our project plan. We'll give it a due date of September 3rd, 2019, so that's already super easy. Just navigate through the calendar. This status bar is what we refer to as an editor feature in Confluence. Using editing features helps you to expand the capabilities of your Confluence pages, allowing you to add extra functionality or include dynamic content. Inserting anything in Confluence is as simple as hitting the / key, so this is not limited just to inserting an image as Alana did above. Let's just make sure we put this project to in progress. We'll make it yellow so we know. And to look super optimistic, let's add an emoji. So we would just go /emoji. We can add a grinning smile face to make everyone super excited. Yay! Things are really looking up now. Emojis are a great way to share your team's culture or express yourself visually. Choose from Confluence's universal set that you just saw, or upload your own custom emoji to fit your company's culture. Let's continue on. So now that Alana has added some great content to her project plan, she hits the / again, starts typing action, and selects it as she wants to assign a task to Mia. So she just mentions Mia and lets her know to add the scope details here. This will come up on Mia's task report so she doesn't miss a beat or deadline. All of these great features and many more are available via editor features on any Confluence page. Once we've populated the rest of the page, we're ready to hit publish. But let's not forget to give our page a title. So we will call this Rock Climbing in Colorado Project Plan and hit publish when we're ready. After doing so, we see that there's a label at the bottom of the page. All Confluence templates are automatically tagged with their template type labels. Labels are keywords that you can add to pages and attachments to make them easier to group and find. You can then browse all pages with that label in a single space or across the site, display a list of pages with that label, or search based on the label. All we have to do is click on the label, and we'll be able to pull up any pages associated with the project plan. We'll talk about search a bit later in the demo, but let's see how we can track down a page differently here. So we can go back to our Rock Climbing in Colorado project plan page, and you'll notice something up top. They're called breadcrumbs. You can figure out your exact location from the breadcrumbs and then use them to go back to a parent page or to the space overview. So we can see that our page is in the extreme travel space but has no parent page. We can always move this page when we're ready under another page or into a different location within the page hierarchy. So I've now extended my nav bar, and I'll see that I have the page tree all right here. I can easily take our Rock Climbing in Colorado page and move it right under Tours in Development if that's where I see it best fit. We'll leave it out here now for just the easier management. As I mentioned previously, Confluence pages are open by default, which means every user on your site can edit and view every page. However, if you're working on something sensitive, you can restrict the page. So if Alana wasn't quite ready to share this page, she can hit the lock icon and use the drop-down in the modal to manage her page permissions. But Alana is feeling great about her work, so she decides to leave the page unrestricted. In fact, she actually shares it with more folks on her team to get their input and feedback on the plan. Alana accesses the share icon on the top right, types her teammates' names, writes a quick message, and hits share. Email and in-app notifications go out automatically. Page permissions are also a great way to enable a full workflow. For example, when you need something approved before publishing, just keep it restricted and share with your approvers before removing all restrictions. So in this case, if Alana's project wasn't given the green light yet, she could have shared the page with her manager and decision makers, and only allowed full access to everyone after getting the go-ahead. After getting the email notification, Mia accesses the Rock Climbing in Colorado project plan. She goes straight to the page, hits E on her keyboard to start editing the page to work on her action item that she was assigned. She enters the scope info, checks her action as done, and hits publish. All page history is saved so important information never gets lost. Mia, Alana, and their entire team have access to the original version or any later iteration and can easily open it up for comparison or revert to an older version. So we'll just go back to our current version. Mia also wants to clarify that this offer is for Colorado's Front Range. So she highlights Alana's text, specifically the word Colorado, tags Alana, and just lets her know, confirming that this will be in Colorado's Front Range, so that there's no confusion about where it is. This will trigger a notification for Alana. All feedback is kept in context, and Alana can respond directly in this comment box. Just like Mia, Will also received a notification from Alana on the rock climbing project plan. He's on the train when he gets a notification and takes a look at the page on his mobile phone. Will's super pumped about the offer as he has seen great success with other rock climbing tours. He hits the like button at the bottom of the page to show his support and shares his excitement via a page comment, letting Alana know that he's already started working on the website. Alana is thrilled about the response, so she goes into her activity feed, accesses the rock climbing page, so she can close the loop on Mia's comment, ensuring the project keeps moving forward. Alana lets Mia know that yes, she will go ahead and update the page. Now that we have an understanding of how to create a page and provide feedback, let's get to how you can find all the information you need in Confluence. Find any page ever created in Confluence easily. A quick search will lead you to a list of results. No more digging through emails, folders, or asking for files. It's all there in one place. On her way to a meeting, Alana just heard about a cool new offer in Los Cabos for snorkeling with sharks. She knows that all new offers start with a Confluence page, so she can quickly jump back to her Confluence site, hit the magnifying glass search icon in the left nav, and out pops the search drawer, which also showcases recent pages, spaces, and people she worked with. The search is very relevant to her work, which makes it super easy to find anything. However, she hasn't worked on this page yet, so she just types sharks, and search results start populating. If she wants to narrow down her search, she can hit enter and access Confluence's advanced search, which allows her to filter by contributors, when it was last updated, and many other options to help her access the page she was looking for. Alana sees the project plan page right up top, so she goes ahead and clicks on it. Alana wants to stay informed on the offer, so she hits the eye icon to watch the page and will get notified as updates are made on the page. As we mentioned earlier, labels are a great way to find grouped content quickly. So as the Snorkel with Sharks page was also created with the project plan template, we can click on the label and see all the other offers. Look what we have here. The Rock Climbing in Colorado page Alana created earlier also happens to be here. This reminds Alana that she has to make an update on another one of her pages. Alana manages the roadmap of all the tours she's working on in Jira, but she knows it's important to have one place for everyone to get aligned from product to marketing to finance. She hits the Confluence icon in the left nav bar and navigates to your work to see the pages and blogs she recently worked on or visited, any of her drafts that haven't been published yet, and all the pages she saved for later. She goes to the Recently Worked On tab and sees the roadmap page halfway down. She clicks on it and decides to link all the Jira software issues from her Extreme Travel Offers board. Wait, is that really possible? You bet it is. To make this happen, let's go into edit mode by pressing E on our keyboard. Jira Software and Confluence are Atlassian's dynamic duo. Plan and manage your projects in Jira by tracking issues like tasks, software bugs, and feature requests, or in this case, new offer releases. You can then easily link these issues to any relevant pages in Confluence. Any updates made in Jira will automatically appear in Confluence, so your whole team can stay on the same page, literally. Alana wants to share the status of her roadmap with the wider team, who doesn't visit Jira daily, so she decides to make one dashboard in Confluence to track all of her work. Once again, Alana uses the trusty slash menu, types Jira, and clicks enter. She can use Jira query language to quickly search for any project or issue and select exactly what type of information she wants to share on the page. If you're not familiar with JQL, just paste the Jira filter URLs directly into the search box. Confluence will convert the URL to JQL on the fly. Since she wants to share all the Jira issues in the project, Alana searches for the project issues by typing in project equals ETO, which is her project key. We quickly see all of the offers in the roadmap pop up, and then she can choose what parameters she wants to display. So she'll go ahead with key, we'll leave the summary in here, get rid of issue type, created, update, and due date, because what we really want to focus on is who is the person that this issue is assigned to, what the priority is, and the current status. We can add all of these or just some, but these are the ones Alana wants to focus on. So by clicking Insert and presto, here are all the tasks in a nice dashboard that's easy to track by anyone. Any change that's made in Jira will be automatically updated in Confluence, and you can click on any of these issues to take you into Jira. See that some of these have been unassigned. You can look at the priority levels, and we can sort by status or any other way we'd like. And you can click on any of these issues to take you into Jira. But before doing so, let's press Publish to make sure all of our work is saved. Alana navigates down to the rock climbing in Colorado offer, since that's the one she's been working on. Right away, we can see the entire ticket description, including who's assigned to it, the status, and any attachments that might be associated with the issue. But wait, why isn't her project plan page connected to it? Tracking a single Jira issue to your Confluence page is as simple as copy-pasting the Jira issue link. So Alana just copies the link to her Jira issue in the browser, goes back to the roadmap for new offers where the rock climbing in Colorado project plan is conveniently linked. And then by going into edit mode, she can update her status with the Jira issue just by simply pasting the link right on the Confluence page. She can now keep her status up to date at all times. Once you link Jira issues in Confluence, a helpful button appears in your toolbar. This feature allows us to quickly jump between issues and related Confluence pages. But wait, there's more. All jokes aside, there's truly more to the Confluence and Jira integration. You can even create issues in Confluence and add it to a Jira project. Notice that the page is in publish mode for this. To create a Jira issue straight from a Confluence page, highlight a piece of text, select the Jira icon, and fill in all the info. We'll just do this Team Rock. And we can add a description, say test. You can select the project as Extreme Travel Offers, click Create, and you can see the ticket gets linked automatically in your Confluence page. So since we've made it part of the Extreme Travel project, we can just flip back to the roadmap page and see it right on the dashboard. Let's just press refresh, and we can see our issue right here. Confluence and Jira will be automatically connected if they are on the same instance, but only Jira users will be able to see linked descriptions and pages. More on how the products are licensed and priced a bit later. Conversely, your requirements and any other pages are automatically linked to your epics and issues in Jira software, so developers or anyone else can get all the context they need without breaking their flow. This can be done by connecting your Confluence page to your Jira project. So how do we go about doing that? This can all be done via the Pages feature in Jira. So we can see Pages is always right here available in your left nav or in the sprint backlog. By clicking on Pages, we're prompted to connect a space. We can choose one of our Confluence spaces. Let's go with Extreme Travel. Press Connect, and all of a sudden, our entire page tree can be seen here. You can even create Confluence pages right within Jira. Choose from one of the handy templates, or start with a blank page that you can design on your own. When you publish it, the page will be attached to your Jira issue, and the Jira issue will be linked to your page. As you can see, Confluence and Jira really do go together perfectly to make you and your team productive in whatever tool you're most comfortable in. This ends the in-product portion of our demo, but there's actually even more ways to extend Confluence functionality. Here are just some of the many options you have to make that happen in Confluence. Sometimes you need to be able to stay on top of the latest developments with your team, capture a great idea on the go, and move work forward wherever you happen to be. To collaborate anywhere and anytime, download our Confluence Cloud mobile app directly from the Google Play and Apple App Stores. Since all Confluence pages are built for readability, your content will look good on any device, whether you're creating, editing, commenting on, or searching for a page. The Atlassian Marketplace is your go-to place for finding hundreds of apps that can extend the functionality of Confluence. There are hundreds of apps across all Confluence deployments today on the Atlassian Marketplace for anything from approvals, theming, and brand, and even more templates to add to the most popular ones. We'll go ahead and select the cloud ones so we can take a look at some of the most popular. As you can see, right away we'll get team calendars for Confluence, which brings schedules and work together so teams know who's doing what and when. Questions for Confluence enables teams to share knowledge and find answers with internal Q&A. Drawing apps like Glyphy and Draw.io and Lucidcharts allow you to create diagrams and mockups within Confluence pages. And our integration with Slack allows you to track and manage Confluence updates directly with the Slack app. If you have any questions or need help with a particular Marketplace app, you can reach out directly on the Support tab of the respective Marketplace listing. Confluence also offers REST APIs for the most popular common features which are used to interact with Confluence applications remotely. So now that you've heard all about Confluence, let's talk about how you can sign up or purchase it. I'll give a quick overview, but the most detailed information along with the pricing calculator can be found on our site at atlassian.com/software/confluence/pricing. Confluence Cloud offers a 7-day free trial which you can extend by reaching out to a customer advocate via atlassian.com/contact. You can purchase an annual or monthly subscription during any time of the trial by providing your payment details. If you already own an Atlassian product, your site administrators can navigate to the new application section of your cloud site through the settings menu in the header and sign up. We offer a la carte pricing for all Atlassian cloud products, including Confluence. So your subscription can start with Confluence, Jira Software, or our other products as its foundation. From there, you can choose from available products and additional Marketplace apps in the Atlassian Cloud Suite. Our monthly pricing is progressive, meaning that we offer volume discounts as you add more users. Each user's unit price is based on the pricing rate in which the user falls, with a max of 5,000 users on a Confluence Cloud instance. A user is defined as any individual that can log into Confluence and exists in user management. You can also grant access to anonymous users who do not count against license totals. For more information on Confluence and any other Atlassian product, check out these awesome resources. The Atlassian community at community.atlassian.com is a great way to catch up with power users and champions, as well as Atlassian employees, where you can ask or engage in any product or discussion. Have a question on best practices or curious about a quicker way to do something? Just ask right on the forum and someone will get back to you fairly quickly. We also have a playlist of 5 short videos to help your team understand what Confluence Cloud is and the basics of how to use it in less than 10 minutes. Those can be accessed directly in YouTube or on our site at atlassian.com/software/confluence/demo. For very specific instructions on how to do just about anything in Confluence, visit our documentation site at confluence.atlassian.com. To keep up with the latest news and best practices for all of our products, check out atlassian.com/blogs. Finally, if you're looking to take a course or become certified in any of our products, Atlassian University is the place to go. If you have a specific question that hasn't been addressed, you can always reach out to a customer advocate via atlassian.com/contact. We hope that this product demo has helped you gain a better understanding and hopefully get even more excited to use Confluence. Thank you.